Hello and welcome to Video Revealed. I'm Colin Smith and this is your place for professional video production techniques. The subject of this reveal, the best Illustrator tool for videographers. Alright, so if you're a videographer and you're using, Premiere Pro, After Effects, Photoshop, you might not know how important Adobe Illustrator is. It's a fantastic tool, even if you have no illustration capabilities at all. Here's your job. You need to create a custom identified bug, wherever I have my bug, which I think is down here, floating over top, which is transparent and probably a minimal amount of colors. You get handed the logo and you need to create a better version of it without having any Illustrator capability. It's as easy as clicking and dragging and using the right keyboard shortcuts to get what you want. Let's have a look. So the first thing I'm going to do is just create some shapes and give you an idea of what the shape builder does. So I'm just going to drag two shapes out here and we'll fill those with black. And over here on the left, this is the shape builder tool. And when I click on it, you'll see that things highlight. So if I put it over top of the middle, it's going to add the middle because you see the little plus symbol. But if I hold down the Alt key on Windows, Option on Mac, changes to a minus, and it punches a hole through that. Let me just take that a step further. I'll create another shape. In this shape, I'm going to create a triangular shape. I'm just using the arrow keys here up and down to minimize the amount of points. Let me rotate that around. Let me just scale that around. And it doesn't matter what I'm doing here. Let's do 22 degrees. Preview that, maybe a bit more, 33 degrees, and copy, copy. So I've got these three copies, select all of that. Now I'll grab the shape builder tool, again holding down Alt on Windows, Option on Mac, boom, 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 got rid of those, boom, 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 just like that. So how easy was that? Couple of shapes, I'm either selecting something to keep or something to throw away. So how does this apply to video? Let's go have a look. So I'll turn this layer off and I'm going to turn on a background and I'll turn on something like an NPR logo. And we have to take this down to a minimal amount of color. So when it's this color, I could use that as a bug, but let's say we want this to be less obtrusive and be white and transparent. Well, your first thought might be, well, if I just move this out of the way, oh, I can't because it's a block. I need to cut this background out of here. So I'll select all of this, grab the shape builder tool, Alt or Option click, Alt or Option click, Alt or Option click, B, boom. Now I've got the colors with holes in it. I'll select all of these and I'll make them white. And maybe to differentiate the middle one, we'll make this a slightly different color. I'm holding the Shift key down and clicking on my colors here. And if I keep clicking, eventually it'll take me to grayscale. So boom, there I go. Oh, I should actually select both of those or group those together. And there I go. So this is, for example, I'll do another one and actually bring this right into Premiere Pro. So there's our vector graphic logo. It's going to look good. It's not going to have jagged edges on it. And it was really easy to do. All I had to do was start with a vector version of the logo. Now, the Video Revealed logo is also a perfect example of doing the same thing. I just stacked these up here. And in fact, I used the shape builder to cut the O and cut the V out of there. So same thing as before, get the shape builder tool and pop something out of there, Now I've got holes all the way through it. Oh, and here's another reason why I don't use something like if you go to the window menu and choose Pathfinder, because the Pathfinder does these same kind of minusing operations, Boolean operations, but it definitely gets things like this wrong. So I want to have the ability to just manually select that and add that to the minus category. Oh, there we go. That makes more sense. And now I can select those two colors and we'll make them white. And just like before, I'll select one of these and cycle through and make that a little bit darker. All right, pretty good. Okay, but let's actually bring one into Premiere Pro. And this one is a bit more complicated. Again, another reason why something like the Pathfinder will not work. I'm going to shut off my background in the back. I'm holding Control Shift and hitting the D key. So in the View menu, you can choose the Show Transparency Grid, and it turns on transparency. So I'm going to also have to deal with these shapes here, which are these gradients that are on top. I'm just going to delete them because they're not going to work in a very simple two-color world. So just like before, and notice that we've got other shapes in here. Again, grab that tool, Alt or Option on the Mac, click to get rid of these. And see, I'm going to drag from one of these to the other, get rid of all of these pieces of the letter S. The letter S was actually made of 3 separate pieces because these 2 pieces were separated. Now I'll connect those, and then you'll see again why I'm going to do this manually instead of the Pathfinder. Look at the complexity of all of these pieces in here. I'm going to have to make sure that I'm selecting the right stuff. So let me add that. So I'm adding the red, simply clicking on these red ones and getting that. Now we are transparent. Now I'll get rid of all the different colors, again going right to white, and then the center with those counters inside the letters, we'll make those a slightly different color. All right, so now we have our transparent bug that we're going to use. What's the best way to get this from here into Premiere Pro? Well, I'm going to use the new libraries, which are connected both in Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Premiere Pro. Drag and drop. Let's go. I'll select this logo. Over in my libraries, there's a button right here, Add Graphic. Click, and it's going to add that graphic. There it is. Let's jump over to Premiere Pro. Go to my libraries over here. There's the graphic. When you drag this over, you'll see a you can't do it symbol. Just keep dragging, and eventually it does. You'll see it brings this into my project. And when I mouse over it, there it is. And I'll just move that down to the corner. Go to my effects controls, opacity, and turn the opacity down just like that. It's vector. It's going to have clean edges. You can easily drop it in. Most importantly, somebody sent me a full color vector graphic logo in what? Less than a minute. I've created a great bug that I can stick down in the corner. So the best Illustrator tool for videographers is the Shape Builder tool. It's, to me, and I started on Illustrator way back in the 80s. It is the most revolutionary tool that they've ever added, apart from having layers. All right. So hopefully you found this informative. If you did, then please click on the link and subscribe to Video Revealed. If you're not already an Adobe Creative Cloud user, there's a link in the description for you to get your special free 30-day trial. Till next time, I'm Colin Smith. It's my job to get you looking your best.